Hi, welcome to Love Saranghae with Peter and Andrea. In the next 30 minutes, we'll take you on a journey into the exciting world of entrepreneurship, relationships, and the secrets behind achieving that coveted glow. Are you ready? Let's go.
Welcome back to another episode of Love Saranghae with us, Peter and Andrea. Today, we're giving a peek behind the scenes into the world of our customer care. Because let's be honest, the real magic of Saranghae and Aurora doesn't just happen in the lab. It happens in every message, every DM, and every heartfelt conversation. So our guest today is someone very special to us and to our company. She's the voice, the calm, and sometimes even the therapist behind the skincare question. Our amazing customer care lead, Wendy Lau. Hi, Wendy.
Hey, guys.
Hi, Wendy.
So Wendy's been with us for launches, sales, big and small, total meltdowns, and many, many miracles in between. So today we get to see what it's really like to walk a day in her shoes at our Saranghae Toronto headquarters. Are you guys ready to go?
Let's rock. Let's rock.
All right. Wendy, let's start with maybe just taking us behind the scenes, like through a day in your life. What does a typical day look like for you in customer care? And I know you do many other things, but let's just focus on the customer side.
Okay, sure. So in a typical day of our customer care, our customers are great. Let's start off with that. They're always so wonderful and kind. I love them so much. So thank you, all the customers out there. We love you. So we start off the day with, of course, going through the customer care inbox to see if anybody has any inquiries before we, and of course, we get communications with our fulfillment center. We need to make sure that they have our orders being shipped out and nothing's any incorrect addresses that we need to fix beforehand. Then we have them all shipped out. And of course, in-house, Peter and I, we actually pack our Canadian orders. So it's wonderful that Peter and I get to work together and pack all the lovely Canadian orders that we have at our Toronto
We
office.
still pack our own orders, guys. You said.
Well, I mean, Wendy's our customer service care lead, and my title is co-founder and CEO. But we're also janitors. We break down boxes. Mm-hmm. We wipe off tables. We organize shelves and
we're still
merchandise.
Scrappy.
Look, we're a scrappy team, so we all kind of lend a hand and help each other kind of do our jobs.
But you don't want to compete with Peter in building the shipping boxes. He always wins.
I'm good at it.
Always.
Nobody can compete.
I'm lightning with the shipping boxes.
Yeah.
So, Wendy, what are some of the questions you get asked? Like, what's a common question get asked all the time?
The most common question I get asked a lot is how to use our hyperpigmentation duo, actually. We get lots of questions how to incorporate our active ingredients with their 5-step, of course. A lot of customers, we have some customers who doesn't have a skincare routine set up already because they are first-time purchasers from us who just purchased the hyperpigmentation duo. So we give them a rundown of what products they should use with the hyperpigmentation duo. So a typical skincare routine with our hyperpigmentation duo, I would always recommend in the morning, start off with the cleanser. And then if you're using a toner, go ahead, use a toner. If not, that's fine. You can, and then start with our niacinamide and then follow with either a moisturizer, of course. You want to seal your skin. And the last step would always be, I recommend sunscreen during the day, especially when using hyperpigmentation duo, since our vitamin C is UV
sensitive. Yeah.
Okay. Our vitamin C is UV sensitive, so you'll need sunscreen or else your skin would start reacting to the sun.
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple of caveats to that, right? There's a couple of caveats. Some people, we recommend that the vitamin C serum goes after the 10% niacinamide if your skin is sensitive to the 25% ascorbic acid. We usually, here the Saranghae team usually recommends that the hyperpigmentation, or at least the vitamin C serum, gets used nighttime instead of daytime. But if you talk to any other derm, they'll probably say vitamin C during the daytime because it's an antioxidant. And so it helps against UV damage. But we usually, because a lot of our customers are just starting out, we want to keep it as simple as possible. So 25% vitamin C during the day, at night first. And then if you're willing to be consistent with sunscreen, then 25% vitamin C daytime as well or in lieu of, especially if you're using retinol at nighttime. Now,
I think that's the other part of it is if you're using retinol. If you're using retinol, then you have to use that at night and then vitamin C in the daytime.
Before we move on, I want to make one phrase here or one statement so that all the customers here who are listening know why this is happening. Because we've had a couple of customers that come in and say, "Why are my hands yellow or orange?"
Yes.
Right? Why it's staining my bed sheets or staining my clothes? Hasn't happened to me either. And I use vitamin C very religiously. Yeah. The reason why your hands or your skin will look orange if you wear it during the day without sunscreen is that it oxidizes very quickly.
Yes.
So when the sunlight hits your skin and it starts to oxidize, kind of like rust, iron and rust, it's red. Vitamin C or ascorbic acid becomes orange. So if you don't wear your sunscreen, your skin will turn orange temporarily, and it's not going to stain over permanently. But if you want to avoid that, please use your sunscreen.
If they're using it during the day. Okay, so that the most common question is like the hyperpigmentation duo. Okay, that's a popular one. That's probably one of the most popular bundles right now. It's hot. Okay, so this is the fun part. I want to know what is the craziest or funniest or most surprising message you've ever received from a customer. We're not naming names.
We're not going
I know which one. One.
Peter knows because we spoke of it in the office when it happened. So we have a customer. We're not going to name her name. She's really lovely, honestly.
Let's just call it MB.
MB? MB, okay. MB's really lovely. Like, if she's listening, hi, MB. Congratulations. So she reached out a few years back asking, I was like, is there anything you guys can help me with? Because I want to use skincare and to like make myself more confident I'm looking for a husband. So
just listen, everyone should know that MB at the time was like 75 years of age.
Yeah.
Right. She was like 75, 80. Actually, I think she was 80, over 80. And she basically said that I'm looking straight out on the emails. I'm looking for a husband. What can you do for me? Like that was the statement, right?
Yeah.
And Wendy, what happened?
Here's the best part.
Yes. She's so honest. I love her so much. So she reached out 2 years later, actually. I had to change my last name. I recently got married. So that's how we found out, I guess. And she's like, from using skincare, I built so much confidence. My skin's so much better. I found a husband. So
Wendy, was it 2 years? I thought it was like 6 months.
I think about 2 years in, she reached out to switch her last name. But within 6 months, she got married. Yeah.
Yeah,
but she didn't want to switch her last name yet. I'm not sure because I think she was living they were living at her original address.
Yeah,
so they later moved. They found a new home. They found a new home together.
So MB was looking for a husband, wanted to enlist our help to make her look and feel her best. And within 6 months, she was married. And then within 2 years, she was changing her name. So that's a claim to fame for us, to be honest.
You know what, though? It's like...
That was the best.
That's the best.
That's my favorite. I think that's one of my favorites that you've ever shared. But I also think it's such a testament to what can happen for you when you show up for yourself.
Yeah.
When you start making the time and effort to take care of you, it's not just your skin that looks better. You feel better.
Exactly.
And when you feel better, how is it projecting yourself out into the world?
Absolutely.
So it's like a ripple effect, So I think that's really cool. I'm really proud of that.
Well, I'm not sure if MB realizes this, but that story, that story it was not only just simply a amusing story for us. It resonated throughout the entire office. We talked about that. We celebrated MB's win.
Yes.
And it was a great win for her. Yeah, we celebrated that win large. Like for the entire office was up in arms about MB and how she was able to get married. That was great. That was a good day.
Yeah, that was a wonderful day.
That was a good day. I'm so smiling about that. There's another customer that she had cancer. I remember she had cancer. And she wrote in to say that SPF was the only SPF that her skin could tolerate after the chemo and radiation because it's been designed for sensitive skin. And it's quite pure. Like there's no chemicals in it. So I should say no harmful chemicals because there's chemicals in everything. Everything is a chemical. But I found that really touching as well, that we've created something that is so safe and effective that even the most sensitive people who are healing and recovering from a very traumatic illness is able to use our products with confidence. So that was another one that I...
Well, yeah, on the same subject of our SPF, we had a couple of customers that didn't initially believe that we were a non-nano, because our SPF 50 is so sheer, and it's the sheerest zinc oxide full physical non-nano sunscreen that you could get in the marketplace. It's in fact the difference between us and the next one is incredibly large. Like ours goes on very sheer, very thin. It almost looks like it's a chemical sunscreen, while the physical sunscreens of zinc oxide, our nearest competitors, they always leave a white streak. So when they asked whether we were non-nano or not, or non-nano sized particles, we assured them that we were non-nano. They were in disbelief. They're like, we haven't seen a sunscreen that could give us this sheer output and have a non-nano zinc oxide. So that was really interesting.
Yeah, we got a lot of inquiries on that during the summertime.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That was nice.
I love that. Wendy, can you share a story where a customer really touched your heart? Maybe a message or an experience that reminded you why you love what you do?
So I had a customer recently. She has a daughter who's a teenager who's fighting through acne. She's tried a lot of acne products that just burned her skin. I feel for her because I personally battle with acne as a teenager. So acne as well. So I'm like, it's hard going to school with acne on your face and scars. And especially when you have, like, you're trying to do a treatment and then you get a chemical burn from the products that you're using. The dermatologist recommended you. So it's really heartbreaking, especially at the start of the school year. So we recommended products for her daughter. So her daughter, of course, watch mom use our products every day and night. So she knows Korean products so well. And she's more than happy to try as much product. At first, you think she might not be into using so much product. So I only recommended very little products to her at first. And then her mom's like, she's really into products. It's okay. She can use a full. So she ended up getting the Acne 5 stuff. And during the time that she couldn't use all the products in the Acne 5 stuff, she started using our Calming Glow for a bit. Using the Calming Glow within 2 weeks.
That's the best.
And healed. And she's like, the confidence, and she started using the 5 step. It's slowly it's like I recently just heard from her not too long ago that her daughter's running out of products and she needs more.
Yeah, that's nice. That's not nice.
That's so touching.
Having acne as a teenager is probably the meanest thing that can ever happen.
Yeah. And you think you'll go away as an adult, but sadly, perimenopause, here we are, acne's again. It never goes
I know, right? But I feel like when you're older, you're better able to handle the blow.
Yeah.
But when you're young, everything is just so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just want to be accepted. You want to be liked. You want to feel like you fit in. And when you have a bunch of pimples on your face, it's really hard to feel confident and to, put yourself out there. That's a good one. Okay, so for anyone listening who's ever reached out for skincare help, what's one thing you wish every customer knew about our team or about something interesting about taking care of their skin?
So a lot of the skincare consultations, Peter and I do answer them. We do reach out via email to a lot of our customers. So it's wonderful hearing, hi, everybody that we've spoken with.
So we have a number of team on our staff, but every once in a while, you'll get an email from us, like Wendy personally, or myself personally. Every once in a while, Andrea will also answer some emails. And so actually, Andrea, her expertise stays on Instagram for the most part. Yeah. And that's all her time allows her for. But yeah, so, if you do submit questions in skincare Q&A, you will get one of us, either Maya or Karen or Wendy or even myself. Yeah. We take rotations.
Yes.
So what's one thing you want our customers to know about their skin?
Be consistent with your skincare.
Yes.
Don't start and then all of a sudden, I'm going to do it one day and then 2 weeks later, come back to it. No, do it every day. Try to do it every day and night. Just be consistent. And that's the best you can do for your skin.
Yes,
I completely agree. Like I always say, and Wendy and Andrea have heard me say this before, we consistently overestimate what a skincare can do for our skin in the short term to the detriment of our expectations. But we also consistently underestimate what our skincare will do for us in the long term. Yeah. Just remember, that's our motto here, actually.
And also don't try to use too much at once, thinking it will heal right away. It's a slow process. Let your skin do its work.
I mean, wrinkles form for, it takes 40 years for a collagen to break down and wrinkles to form. It takes 45 to 40 years to hyperpigmentation to come out. And yet we expect solutions within a month.
Or less.
Yeah, it really doesn't work that way.
If they try it for a week and it doesn't work. Yeah. Actually, a week is even lucky. If we can get them consistent for a week, we're lucky. I think that's a big point that we really need to drive home is that being consistent is the number one superpower of your skincare routine. So you could have the most expensive skincare, the best products there ever was. And if you're using them once a week, they're just not going to work. So it doesn't matter what you buy, what you have, whatever you're using, be consistent with it and give it a fair chance. Because often I even see like on the Facebook DMs and I see on Facebook comments, Instagram comments, people will say, oh, I tried the hyperpigmentation, it doesn't work. And then after sort of probing a little bit, I realized that they use it once a week. They use it sometimes. And of course, it's not going to work.
Or they use it for 5 days.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, I mean, I think it needs to be said that it's impossible to erase hyperpigmentation. That's not how hyperpigmentation treatments work, right? We're not erasing blemishes. What's happening is that we are exfoliating away blemished skin, giving ingredients that help our skin control melanin and bring down the melanin production so that when new skin comes, it's unblemished. Right? That process takes time. And it's a slow building process. But when you do get to that sweet spot, the good news is that it'll hold that line. Like it won't, like unlike hydroquinone, it won't come back and rebound. But the key is to be able to be consistent over weeks, months, and sometimes even years, right?
Yeah. And I think one more point I want to make here is also the products you're using at the same time as the actives that really make the most impact. So it's they aren't one or the other. It really is a partnership between the actives and the products that come before, which prep the skin for the actives, and then the products that come after, which calm things down and then lock in all of those good things into the skin for the day. And that's something that our menopausal women often forget.
That's right.
Is that you can use retinol all you want, but if you're not also using a proper moisturizer, if you're also not using a cleanser, then you're actually damaging your skin barrier.
That's right. I mean, historically here in North America, we've always relied on that miracle pill, miracle cream or a miracle serum. You go to L'Oreal and you have this like L'Oreal anti-aging plus one, use this cream once a day and whatever it is, change your life, right? And then you look at the idea of Proactive. The reason why acne patients like isotretinoin, Proactive, or even tretinoin, like 30 or 40 years ago, better now. I think people are understanding that layering is something that you need to do. But even 30 or 40 years ago, you would basically get a pad of benzoyl peroxide, or you'd get Proactive. You put it on, and it would dry the heck out of your skin, and you're like, okay. I'm hoping my acne goes away, but if it comes back even worse, like 2 or 3 months after, because it completely dries out your skin, it stresses your skin out. It's not under homeostasis, and your skin says, I need to produce more sebum, right? And then it gets clogged, et cetera, et cetera. So this whole idea of a miracle product has been around for a long time. It's changing, I think, with people like us, Saranghae, and other Korean skincare brands that are preaching a multi-layer approach. But that's very important.
Yeah, I agree. Wendy, do you have anything else to share that's funny or quickly? Something that, so ever been like a customer that's really frustrated you, or where you've been like,
There are some, especially during the holidays when everybody's looking for their packages. Like, where's your package?
Oh, yeah.
Where's my package? But yeah, you know what? That happens to all of us. Like, we're all looking for our packages too. So put in your own.
Especially at the last minute shop there.
Yeah, I'm one of those. So I understand, like, you're like, oh no, I need my wipes. So a lot of the husbands would reach out. It's like, where? I was like, I need my package. It's almost Christmas. My wife, I need my present for my wife. So I feel for them because, like, we've seen our own husbands do that sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, so I guess the underlying thing here is to try to be patient with us and doing our best. And we're shipping things out as quickly as we possibly can. And sometimes it's beyond our control.
Well, I mean, the other thing, too, is that we tend to, a lot of customers have asked why our shipping takes so long. And first of all, we're not Amazon. So, you know, we work with a warehouse facility in Pennsylvania, Texas, and California. So we try to get as close to the customer as possible. And then we use U.S. Postal Service, DHL, and other couriers to get it as fast as possible. But what our customers don't know is that we usually give about half a day's grace period, right? So when customers come in and says, oh, you know what, I made a mistake. Or, oh, can I cancel that order? We give that a little half a day grace period so that we can catch that order back and say, yeah, no problem. We caught it and we've canceled it and we've refunded your money. Because, you know, sometimes customers do make mistakes and we want to give them that little period for them to be able to recall that order. Or else we can ship immediately. Like, that can be done. It's just that then people would be like, oh, well, I wanted to cancel that order. And
it's a lot more complicated.
It does.
It's just a service that we provide. We always give a little grace period. And I hope people realize that grace period is important for most customers. And if you're somebody who didn't make a mistake, well, one of these days you might. Yeah. And that grace period will be important to you, right?
It's the human side.
It is.
Yeah.
I make mistakes.
So, I mean,
I remember there's a customer who made a purchase on her boss's code.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. I remember that.
It was on Facebook, on Instagram, on a customer care, and she was just freaking out. She's like, I want to keep the product. I just need to refund it off my boss's code, and I'll give you another. And I need it to be done now.
Yes.
Yeah, and we did.
Yes, we got it. Yeah.
It was like 9:00 at night on Saturday, and she was just panicking.
Yeah.
It happens.
Anyway.
Yeah, it does happen. Wendy,
I want you to know that we're here for you, and when things like that happen, try your best.
Yes.
Wendy, how can our customers make it easier on you to be able to respond back promptly?
Our customers are wonderful, but when reaching out, like, please provide your name and email. If you have the order ID, provide that so we can see what your order is and where to find you as quick as possible. So if you need to make any changes, that we can change it for you. Also include the new change. Like, if you need to change the address, include that. So we're not going back and forth with you. That way we can get the order out as quickly as possible to you.
That's a very good point. To give as much information as you can when you're writing in. And that way, when we respond, we can actually take the action right away instead of having to email you back and then you have to email us back, which delays the time that it takes to support you. That's a good point.
The other thing I would advise our customers is our most sophisticated customer service funnel is on ticketing system is customercare@lovesaranghae.com, the email. So the email is our oldest way of communicating, and it's the one that's been built out with all of the reps having access to ticketing systems and communications, etc. So there's email. You can also reach us by, I guess, Instagram DMs and also Facebook and WhatsApp. But only one person gets access to those because the platforms don't allow a ticketing system. So only Wendy or myself or Andrea, when we have the time, we can go in and double check. So if it's urgent, please, customercare@lovesaranghae.com is the best way for you to get the fastest response from us as possible, because multiple reps, a lot of us check that regularly. Like it pushes the tickets down to us. If it makes you feel better, you can always contact us on all 3 platforms, and one of us will help you. Yeah. So I mean, to be addressed, why we don't have phone? Is that something we should talk about right now or no?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
because a lot of older customers have been asking that.
So let me address that right here before we sign off on this particular podcast episode. We used to have a phone system, and they used to be based out of Texas. And they were our consultant reps. We had a team of, I think, 13 phone reps in Texas. The biggest problem with phone in this day and age is that the reps just don't get paid a lot per hour. And it's a rotating, it ends up being like a big human resources issue because people leave, people get hired, people leave, people get hired. And sometimes they stay less than a day, sometimes less than 2 days, right? They come in, get trained, they don't like it, they leave. So what the people in Texas did was they moved that call center over to the Philippines. And they asked us to also move to the Philippines as well. And we thought long and hard about this and said no. Yeah. We decided that we would answer our customers internally with our internal team because we care about our customers, whereas some of the reps that came through the door, you could tell they just didn't care about the job. We decided to do it through email, WhatsApp, and Instagram. Yeah. I understand that some of our older customers like phone, and sometimes I will reach out personally to people who are like, I don't have an email, or I'm 95 years old and I can't access email. I will reach out by phone personally and say, hi, I'm Peter, co-founder, CEO. How can I help you? And that's maybe 3 or 4 calls a month, not more than that.
So I really want to do that. I just have to say that. I love it.
It's very sweet when the customers are like, I want to stay and I want your product. So can I do a customer buy? But I do try not to take credit card information over the phone. Oh, yeah. That's illegal, and it's dangerous for all parties. Yes. So I do ask that you have some access to a system where you can change credit card, or right on the phone. I will do it to the system. So I won't write it down anywhere. Yeah. But that's rare. Most people will be able to access it.
Yeah, because it's a little bit scary.
So we're not gonna sit here and say no to phone support forever. But we need to be able to find the right partner that can help us with the right people who are motivated and who can really support our customers the way we think or we believe they should be supported. Exactly. If the quality is less than that, then it's simply better for us to do it ourselves through email and WhatsApp.
I want to just add too that a lot of those call centers in Asia, Philippines, even in India, they're not paid well. And I am very uncomfortable with that. So even though we are paying whatever we're paying, I know that those individuals are not getting paid what they deserve. And I have a very big problem with that. So that's another reason why we decided not to go ahead with that avenue. Yeah. So like Peter said, when we figure out something that is ethical and fair, but also meets the level of our expectations for our customer care, then we will try to bring something in. But until then, you're stuck with us.
Well, that's a good point, because for the cost of two people here in Texas, they're willing to roll out a team of 10. And there's no way that they were getting paid with a living wage.
Yeah. A lot of those calls are recorded. So with customers giving so much private information over the phone, like imagine as information's overseas, we lose all the control over what stays.
That's a really good
point. And what's get deleted. So
that's a really good point, right? Because when an older customer calls and says, I'm going to give you my credit card, and one of the reps say, okay, I'm going to take it, because some of these reps don't stay that long, maybe 3 or 4 days. And in fact, there is a racket going on in Asia call centers where people are joining call center teams just to get private information. And they're reselling that info, right? So it's a dangerous world out there. And we trust our team to be able to deliver the best quality advice and customer care. All we ask our customers to do is just be patient. We usually respond to you within a day or two. And if it's our fault that the shipment got out before you canceled or whatever, we always refund the customer's purchase. So trust us. We'll make sure that everything's done right by you. Just take a little time and be patient with us.
Yeah. Wendy, thank you so much for making the time to be with us today. I know how busy you are, especially now going into holiday season. And thank you for everything you do for our community. You truly are the heartbeat of Saranghae Alabama. And to our listeners, next time you email us or submit a question through our Ask a Consultant drop-down page on our website, know that it is likely Wendy or one of her team who is leading you, supporting through your Korean skincare journey. So we hope you enjoyed today's episode and look forward to seeing you again next time. With love, Saranghae.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Love Saranghae with us, Peter and Andrea. If you've enjoyed this episode, leave us a review. Your ratings and reviews help more people like you find our show. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode, and share this podcast with someone you think would love it. Until next time, love yourself, love one another, and love the world.